Hello everyone, welcome to Just Invest Today, and in today's video, we are talking about stocks to buy and stocks to kind of put on your watch list because guess what? The market is low-key crashing, man. The Nasdaq has been taking a huge hit as interest rates are rising. There has a potential for interest rates to go higher and higher. Maybe bond purchasing is going to slow down. We are seeing inflation going at all-time highs. We're seeing extra supply chain issues among the things happening with the pandemic and more cases. So there's a lot going on in the market if you haven't noticed. And we have articles like this. Guys, before we really get into this, guys, can you please like this video? Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. I'm always going to be providing a lot of content, man. Click it right now. Click it. So look at this article, man. And people are not realizing this. Number of Nasdaq stocks down 50% or more is almost at a record. The number of tech stocks has plunged by some 50% in an echo of the dot-com crash. So this article is comparing it to the dot-com crash, but no one's seeing it, right? Because think about what's happening. We have all the main SPY stocks, the main stocks that are influencing the index. Think about it. Apple, Google, Facebook, all of those stocks are still up. So the returns are still there and it's not causing the market kind of to sell off in those main stocks. But when you look under the cover, these Nasdaq stocks, these high growth stocks, these stocks that are kind of not earning money, haven't been getting the same luck as all the top stocks in the index. Roughly 4 in every 10 companies on the Nasdaq Composite Index have seen their market values cut in half from their 52-week highs. Whatever the fundamental and macro considerations, there is no doubt that investors have been selling first and trying to figure out the rest later. Have you been seeing that in the market? People are just selling like crazy. They don't even care right now. They're just like, oh my god, my stock is too high. I just gotta sell out of it. Like, we're seeing so many stocks crash. Like, look at this. Stone 83%, Peloton 80%, Fastly 74%, Teladoc, Lightspeed, Upstart 71%, 72, 73, Planter, Roku, Net, Twilo, C 48%, Melly, Crowd. Man, this is crazy. Etsy has been selling off like crazy too. Etsy's down like what, 25-30%? And I still have high hopes for Etsy. So you just see what the market is doing. It's almost like a tech crash, but it's covered up by the index, which is kind of like amazing when you really think about it. So we have to look at what stocks to buy and what to look at in this market, because this market low-key can be providing us with a lot of opportunity because this is kind of going out of hand. Valuations are at historical highs. Companies are raising billions based on fairy dust, and the Fed is signaling a tightening cycle. That's what's happening in the market. So we see the extreme sell-off going on in the market, and we got to look at companies to buy or even think of, put on our watch list, look at. So the first company I'm talking about is Salesforce, man. Salesforce is such a strong company, but people think it's at a too high of a price. Salesforce develops enterprise cloud computing solutions with a focus on customer relationship management worldwide. And that's their main audience, and that's what they're targeting. Customer relationship management as a sales as a service. The company offers sales cloud to store data, monitor leads and progress, forecast opportunities, and gain insights through analytics and relationship intelligence, as well as deliver quotes, contracts, and invoices. So look what's happening with CRM. It's crashed, what, 305? 25%. And guys, you have to remember, this is a strong company with a good moat. Like, this company has a strong moat. Like, think about it. When you go under the CRM frame of Salesforce and you see all the customer relationship management it's building within your company, you're not gonna want to really switch. And they are they're the leaders, like head over heels. They are the leaders. So let's look at how much, like, look at their revenue growth: 24%, 26%, 28%, 24%. With 74% gross margins, and that's really consistent. And they're net positive in free cash flow. They're just net positive in that sector, and we see how strong Salesforce is. Salesforce continues to see strong revenue growth in the third quarter as demand for cloud-based CRM applications for businesses that want to improve their customer service remain resilient. So the market is resilient in this market because they're driving better customer relationships, and that's always going to be a market for that. Every company needs CRM. CRM market is expected to grow 13% annual over the next 4 years to reach a size of 248 billion because of the strong demand for businesses of CRM software. Salesforce revenue growth rate in this last quarter was 27% year over year. Subscription sales, which are generated from Salesforce.com software as a service business, and account for 93% of the revenue share. And remember, we love businesses that's a software as a sales business because that recurring revenue is amazing. That means you have it locked. Like, it's not gonna really go anywhere. It's not gonna really switch. So we can bank on that revenue probably a year from now, 2 years from now, unless something critical happens with the company. Businesses are not going to really want to switch. It's almost like you have a company like Adobe. Once you're in that model, it's almost hard to switch. So that's what's amazing about Salesforce. But look at this, the number one CRM company. Look at its head over heels over the competition. 19%. And look what's below it. Oracle at 4.8%, SAP at 4.8%, Microsoft again, Adobe. So Salesforce is just leading, and that's what we like to see. Free cash flow dominant companies, free cash flow positive dominant companies with strong moats. So with good balance sheets, like, you can't get more than that. So definitely Salesforce is on my list. I'm looking at it. I still think the price is way too high. Like 126 PE. Like, that is insane, man. I'm waiting. If it gets cut in half, probably won't happen. Who knows? But if it gets down to $100, like 110, maybe I'm going to start a position. I'm going to dabble into this company. So Salesforce is definitely on my radar, 100%, not even thinking about it. The next stock we're to go into is Baba, man. And Baba, you already know on this channel, I love Baba, and Baba is just an amazing company. We can see it's already taking off a little bit. Like, in a month, like, look at this, from 112, 16% to $130. So we understand Baba is still a buy in this market. Remember, think about this. Just watching a video on new money with Alibaba, and thinking about it is actually crazy. He said in this video basically that Charlie Munger, I forgot about this, bought at $200, around 200, 220 when he first invested in the company. And you know, when Charlie invests in a company, he's looking for a good margin of safety. So imagine what the margin of safety is now, $130. His margin of safety, he likes to like get a margin of safety of like half. You're able to buy the company at $130 now, when he thought the company at 220 had a margin of safety. So can you imagine the margin of safety now? And this is one of the greatest investors, Charlie Munger, at analyzing businesses. We see revenue growth for Alibaba at 20+%. We see the cloud business getting bigger and financial. We see Lazada, all those amazing aspects of Alibaba growing. So Alibaba has to be on your watch list. It has to be a stock to buy right now. I recommend it as a buy, but it's not investment advice. Do your own research. So definitely my second stock to buy. The next stock, man, huge. Boom. Sea Limited. Sea Limited has been taking a huge hit. Look at this. 360 all the way down. 46%. $192, man. It's a top company of e-commerce in Southeast Asia, Thailand. And think about it. That market is growing at like 13%, 18%. Sea Limit doesn't even have a huge market share in Southeast Asia, and the whole market there is just growing. It has a gaming business, it has a financial business, Sea Money. Like, they're just expanding in Latin America, in India, in Europe. So this company has a long way to go. I like this investment thesis breakdown on Sea Limited, man. Look, Garnerina, a market leader, will serve as a cash cow with solid growth. Remember, they have a game called Free Fire. It was leading the number of downloads in 2019 and 2020. And it still has an amazing download right now. And they're still growing that as like 20%. So that business is providing the cash to grow its e-commerce business in Southeast Asia. Leadership position in Southeast Asia E-commerce is currently in the early days and likely to see strong growth in the future from increasing penetration in the region brought about by multiple tailwinds. My only concern with this is that C Limited does a lot of subsidies on like products, man. So I gotta dive deeper into that. But even though they're still the market leader in that sphere, like they're head over heels over the competition in downloads and people using Shopee as the e-commerce platform. So even if they're doing that, they're still the market leader, and they're probably gonna reduce their marketing spends over time as they actually become more dominant. So that's still a kind of downside that I'm seeing. So kind of watch out for that. The company's recent entry into Latin America e-commerce market brings exposure to an unpenetrated, fast-growing market. Very true. The new emerging fintech business C Money will bring additional high-growth areas with strong digital payments tailwind. Strong, and that's crazy. With C Limited being down 46% from its all-time high, I believe that expectations for C has been reset and has turned too bearish. I have a high conviction in the company, giving C a rating strong buy. Based on my DCF model, target price 422. He has a target price of 422, and it's selling at a crazy price, $192 today. So that's what you have to look for. So C Limited definitely is on my radar. I'm thinking about it. I'm still not there yet. Guys, look at this. Look at this income statement. Look at the revenue growth. 19%, 99%, 163%, 100%. Like, and this is just the beginning of C. And remember why it's selling off. It's selling off because people are scared of the interest rates and inflation and stuff like that. So the high growth stocks are selling off, right? But the thing about it too is that this company is not profitable yet. Like the e-commerce business is not generating profit. The gaming section is generating money for the business. So that's something we gotta watch out for, because as interest rates goes up, as they use more debt, as they have more debt, it's gonna cost more to actually grow the business. So it's a thing to look out for. But I still think like C Limited has so much growth potential ahead of it. I'm thinking it probably is an opportunity where you can honestly take that risk. The last stock I'll be talking about is Coinbase. And before I make a video on it, I'm going to tell you, I purchased Coinbase, man. I put a 5% position in Coinbase. So this is pretty big news. I wanted to hit the crypto market. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking about the crypto market is going to get bigger no matter what I think about crypto. Like, I'm seeing all the Gen Z, the millennials, they're just investing in crypto. I want to kind of just get into the market without buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, whatever it is, any of those sectors. And then I also see that Coinbase is getting into NFT. NFTs are just taking off. People are getting into that. People think it's like Web3, like the next service. So I still think Coinbase has a lot of potential. I think it's undervalued at this point. And tell me what you think about a Coinbase purchase. I'm going to go through some of my thesis and what I'm seeing, because remember, Coinbase is pretty much just IPO like last year or 2 years ago, but this has been a company since 2013, so they still have a strong fundamental base, and that's what I like about Coinbase. So Coinbase stock has crashed from 336, 31%. And guess what? Yahoo has a price target of $392. It's almost like a 50% upside. So Coinbase has high potential in my opinion, and we're gonna read some of like the bullish thesis that I have on Coinbase. And this is coming from Hayden Capital to Fred Lee. He's really bullish on Coinbase, and he sees a high potential for the stock. Founded in 2012 by Brian Armstrong, Coin is a US-based cryptocurrency exchange platform for investing, spending, saving, earning, and trading crypto. Coinbase is ranked the best crypto exchange in the US and second in the world behind these Chinese-based Binance. Coinbase serves around 73 million users, 10,000 institutions across 100 countries. And this is a main bullish point for me. The institutions have faith in the security of Coinbase. And that's really amazing. And that's really like a thoughtful thing to think about, because remember, the institutions are going to be driving Coinbase too. They have like 11%, holds 11% of the global market share. So remember, when you trust a platform, remember, this is your money. So you have to trust a platform. And Coinbase, the mind share in people's head, when you think about Ethereum, Bitcoin, you think about investing in a platform, the first thing all these Gen Zs, millennials, people getting into that space think about is Coinbase. So I think the mind share is super key in my bullish thesis of Coinbase because there's going to be so many competitors. That's the thing about Coinbase. There's so many competitors entering the market. They're operating cheaper than Coinbase. They're getting lower transactional fees so you don't have to pay as much. But are you as safe? And remember, safety is the main concern for institutions and individuals. Do you have as much options as Coinbase? Is the app better than Coinbase? And that's the hard thing to compete with Coinbase because they have all that support already in the whole economy of Bitcoin, of Ethereum, of the cryptocurrency market. So that's what I really love about Coinbase, and that's why I'm really bullish on the NFT market, on Bitcoin. Even though I don't know which one is going to stand the test of time, the whole market of BTC, Ethereum is going to expand in my mind. There's no question. Especially as people think inflation is going to go out of hand. People think cryptocurrency is the new inflation hedge over gold. They think it's the more digital gold. So that's even going to raise it higher in my mind. And I think they can grow 20% a year. They've already been growing 20% a year. They have a high margin business. They're also they're the brokerage and the exchange. So that's amazing too. And you got to think about it. These institutions need the security. And remember, the regulators are going to regulate hard on this Bitcoin and Ethereum cryptocurrencies. And Coinbase already has that regulation overhang on them. So they're already regulated. So anything coming in the market, any new companies, they're going to have to be regulated hard as well. But Coinbase already established that ground. So that's a really bullish thesis of anyone coming into the market because, man, there is heavy competition in this market. But I think the mind share of what consumers think when they finally enter the cryptocurrency market is going to be Coinbase. Tell me if I'm off on that. Do you disagree? Do you think Coinbase is a bad company to buy? What are your thoughts on Coinbase as an investment? If they grow 15% over the next 5 years, guys, this is an amazing price to buy it at $232. This is going to give it at least a price, an analyst estimate of $392, in my opinion. And that's what the analysts are saying too. Because I honestly believe Coinbase can grow 20% a year. I don't think that's out of hand thinking when it comes to Coinbase. In the next 5 years, they have Coinbase growing at 66%. So there you have it. I don't know. I think Coinbase is a bullish company for me. I don't know what you think. Tell me what you think about Coinbase, man. And I know there's a lot of competitors. I know it doesn't have the highest transactions fee, but I think the security is one of the major exchanges. It dominates US. I think those are highly bullish thesis on Coinbase, man. So guys, tell me what you think about this video. Do you like my picks? Do you dislike them? Are you buying any companies right now? What are you doing in the market, man? So leave a comment, subscribe, and like this video. Peace!